Hey y'all, it's Alicia here, and I am coming. Hope everybody is having a wonderful afternoon. Coming to give y'all a what if. So, this is a what if Parkers edition. The Parkers. I think everybody remember the hit TV show The Parkers featuring Monique, Constance Bunn, James, Dorian Wilson, Yvette Wilson, and thing because this was me and my sister's favorite show, and my sister me asked me to do this video and asked me to do this video on the Parkers and how can a reboot happen. So me and her husband decided we're gonna come up with a what we want to see and everything. So I am going to start off with the last time we saw the Parkers, and we're going to start off with the very last episode of their season. And so, if you remember, Nikki started seeing this guy named Johnny, and doing it, they start realizing they have a lot in common and everything. So, doing this, they start falling for each other, and Johnny asked Nikki to marry him, and she said yes. So when she announced she was getting married, Professor Ogilvy said, "Yes, I'm free. I'm free." He's like, he gives her a little something for him for her wedding, and like it was just that. Everybody else got to graduate except for Kim, but Kim decided she's going to go on and start her own business with Stevie being her partner. Now, and things. So then we find out that Regina got knocked up, but everybody don't know who's the father is. And so she's announcing it all over in campus. Yeah, I'm knocked up, so what? And things. So as Nikki's planning everything and stuff, a lot of the places that she wants to have her wedding is falling through and everything. Her good friend Carla who was played by Alonda Adams, was supposed to do the wedding, but never did because of prior engagements and stuff like that. And so then we have Professor Oakley. He's in his house smoking, like remembering times with Miss Nikki Parker, and as that is going, it works. And what end up happening, he's in his apartment, and his inner me going, "Excuse me." So tell him, you love Miss Parker. So he goes to her apartment. He's get locked into her closet by Andale, and she going, "No, Nikki deserves to be happy." She's like that, and she asks, "Is Professor Obi up there?" She goes, "Nikki, you marrying Johnny." So Johnny is Andale's husband, Lester's best friend. So, and they go, so as soon as the preacher said, "Anybody knows the reason why these two should be married, speak now and forever hold their peace." And they'll go, and Nikki still loves the professor. And the professor comes in and professes his love to her. And Johnny said, "Oh, I'm not gonna let this go down." And Johnny just like goes to the back, like upset, and Professor Ogilvy now starts calling her, instead of psycho or poo or any of those names, he start calling her Nikki. And he said, let him, and he asked her to marry him, and they end up getting married. And you gotta think he had it from trying to get out of the closet. He ended up having a dislocated shoulder, and Nikki became Mrs. Stanley Stanley something Ogilvy. I can't think, and she's Mrs. Ogilvy. And at last, Kim singing at last. So we're going to pick up from there. So I say that it's been years since we've seen it. So we'll think Professor Ogilvy. So let's start with Nikki and Professor Ogilvy. I think they probably are still happily married. I think Nikki was going to be a educator, a teacher, or something like that, and they both works in education, like, and stuff. So yeah, and the next thing I think is, like, they have counting Kim have 4 kids, but they have three that there is theirs. They have twin girls, and they have a son who is named after Stanley, and they have 2 daughters. Both of the daughters are named after Nikki's mother and Professor Ogilvy's mother as well. So yeah, I think that's how that, and they're very successful and they're happily married. And I think to bring them to see where they are now would be kind of cool. And like Stanley Ogilvy still loves Nikki even though she lost some weight. I actually will say that, and I would be like, her doctor has probably have told her she needs to lose some weight due to her health and stuff. And I say Nikki and Professor Ogilvy now has teenagers, twins that are in college, and they have a son who's been to come out of high school. So that's why I see like that, and they trying to teach them the value of education and stuff. So the next one will be Kim Parker. Now, I can actually see Kim having a successful business and everything alongside her best friend Stevie and thing. And so Kim has this big successful fashion design business. She caters to celebrities and everything. I say Kim is happily married, but I say she's happily married to a retired football player slash club promoter who is very faithful to her, keeps her first. They have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, and I just think they are very successful. To play her husband, I don't know, but I think this would be a good concept that we might want to see. Now let's start with Stevie Van Lowe. She is not Stevie Van Lowe no more. I could say she is happily married. Hold on, I wrote she's happily married and she's happily married with 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys, and her husband is a famous sports commentator for the NFL. But she's a powerful woman in her industry, as owning, not just having a business with Kim, but having several other businesses and things. So yeah, I think she is highly successful and happily married, like I said, and things. So we're going so let's go with T. I think we have y'all know the character T. He was like always trying to get women. So he ended up getting a woman, but they're not married at all. It's just his baby mama. He has 4 kids with 1 baby mama, and she gives him hell and stuff and thing, and he works as a music producer and thing, and he's trying to work hard enough, and I think this will be the time. This is a perfect to see where they are now. And before I get to Andale, let's talk about Regina and Freddie. Well, I have to bring back Regina and Freddie. Now knowing that Regina got pregnant by Freddie, and their son is about 15, 16, maybe college age, and they going, Freddie going, but it's like Freddie wants him to be fabulous, but Regina wants him to be um, smart and educated and everything. And Freddie and Regina is always back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth over their parenting, over the parenting of their child. We don't know what they have, so we will have to put the attention. Do they have a boy? Do they have a girl? So it's like what they have. So then we have to get to bring in some of Nikki and Professor Ogilvy's family and how they are getting along since they are married and everything. So yeah, and then we have Kim's cousin, Constance's sister, Nikki's sister's daughter. She's happily married and thing. We don't know who she's married to, but she's happily married. Nikki's sister did finally remarry and stuff. So yeah, the next thing is Andale. So how could we? Because Yvette Wilson, rest in peace to her, was so much part of the Parkers and Moesha. So how can we not have her in there and not work? So the way that I discussed this with my cousin just thought, oh, let's take the real life thing and not kill her off, but she dies off and think and Lester, let's say Lester and Lester and Dale, they went and they traveled the world, and they actually stayed out of the country in London, where she had a successful business and everything. Her and Lester did have one child, and her child is now coming back to the United States just to go to school. And before she comes back to go to school, and they'll kind of, that's the part we'll have to fill that in. It's like how do we want to celebrate Endale and Lester and their child comes back, and she go, and it's so now it's at Waverly, the college Waverly, and everything, and she goes, Professor Ogilvy, yeah, my mama's best friend married Professor Ogilvy. He goes, Nikki, yes, Nikki is my wife. Nikki used to be Nikki Parker. She go, you might have knew my mom and Dale. So that's how we can be reintroduced to everybody and stuff. So y'all, let me hear from y'all. Do y'all want to see a Parker's reboot? If so, how would y'all go by of having and Dale written off the series? Until then, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.